Hi guys, it's Angie Tonini-Rogers, and I wanted to share with you today what I woke up with. I felt like I was on fire this morning when I woke up. I got out of bed and I started writing because I had a lot of word really in my head, and I wrote about 4 or 5 pages of notes, and I just wrote whatever was on my heart when it was in my head. So I wanted to share this with you, and basically what it was about was Matthew 18:20, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, then I am in the midst of them. And I started to think about surrounding yourself with like believers, with people that all believe the same thing, how powerful that can be. You know, if you're surrounded, like in church, you're surrounded by people who believe that they can be saved and that they can experience miracles and that, you know, they can be healed, then you are more likely to experience the miracles of that and experience seeing someone healed. I mean, here's an example. On last Sunday, I was in church, and there's a lady that came in a few months ago in a wheelchair and could not walk. She has multiple sclerosis, right? Well, she has been praying and believing along with the other, family of believers, that she's going to be healed and that she will walk again. And so, Sunday we're sitting in church, and, we are radical. Some people say, wow, that's radical. Wow, that's crazy. But, sometimes you got to be radical and crazy and out of the box to get the outcomes that you desire. Well, Pastor Ronnie Harrison is preaching, and all of a sudden I noticed that this lady who was in a wheelchair a few months ago is running around the church, and she is praising, and she is, just ecstatic and thankful. And, she was in a wheelchair a few months ago. And so, because of the power of being around people with the same set of beliefs and being able to perceive situations that come about, she's running around the church, and she was in a wheelchair. So, some people say that's crazy, that maybe it was the doctors. You can say whatever you want to say, but the reality is we all have a choice to define situations how we want to define them. And for me, I believe that there are miracles. I believe that a family of believers, like in church, we all believe the same things. We're all working towards the same goal. If we're all praying for a certain family or a certain issue, that those things can be healed. Here's another example. Pastor Ronnie Harrison and Stephanie Harrison, about 11 years ago, they were pregnant, and they were pretty much told by the doctors that their, firstborn, what would be their firstborn baby girl, second child, firstborn baby girl though, was all of her organs were growing on the outside of her. Well, they were asked to abort her, and they chose not to do that, and instead of choosing to define that situation as, oh my gosh, this is horrible, this is, I can't believe this is going to happen to us, etc. They believed in and had faith in God, and said, and they prayed, and they spoke life over the situation. They spoke out loud words of life and healing. And when they went back to the doctor said, I don't know what you've been doing, but you go back to that church family of yours that's been praying and believing and having faith, and you let them know that this baby girl is completely 100% healthy. Okay, and she's 11 years old today, and she's as healthy could be. And you know what? She walks around knowing she's a miracle. She knows she's a miracle, and so when she walks through life, she walks every step knowing I am a miracle. And she has belief and faith because she's experienced it. And you know what else that does? Being part of that church family, I didn't experience that. I have 3 kids, and I am fortunate that I didn't experience any type of, pain or, diagnoses that would have been detrimental for them. But because I'm in that church family, I experienced that miracle with them, and I believe 100% that, little Riley was healed because they had faith and they believed in the power of having faith in God and knowing the truth that, God heals. So, and I started to think about these things in relation to Empower Network and the event in Chicago I just went to. I remember thinking when I went to the event in Chicago that it feels a lot like church. You're sitting around with a lot of like-minded people with the same types of goals, the same types of beliefs, and you're watching leader after leader after leader. And I'm not talking about just everybody at the top, okay, that just like the CEOs of the company. No, I'm talking about people that, 3 months ago didn't even know what a computer was, okay? These people are making thousands and thousands of dollars, but even more than the money, these people are focused on becoming better people and talking about having belief in yourself and belief in others and helping other people. That's where their focus is. They want to help other people in their lives, in making money in their businesses, but helping other people and believing in themselves and having faith that even if right now we're not experiencing the faith or experiencing the success, that one day they will succeed and they will experience the success of that. So, I think a lot about that. And so, what I want to say is that you got to surround yourself with people that are going to push you towards the goals that you want to meet. If you're the most successful person, and Tony Robbins says this, if you're the most successful person in your group, then it's very likely that you're pretty much going to be at the cap or the ceiling of where it is you're going to achieve. And that's because you don't have anybody to push you forward, to help you be accountable to bigger and better things. So the neat part of this is that in Empower Network, there's always somebody that's more successful than you, and there's always somebody that's not as successful as you yet. And so you have the ability to surround yourself with leaders, and at some point with somebody, you're going to resonate or identify with one of those leaders. Nicole Cooper and Tracy Walker, Justin Beringia, Dee Beringia, Vic Stracehouse, Dave and Dave, the Rashkins, the Rushes, somebody's story is going to resonate with you. And so that's number one, is that you're going to find someone like you in this business. The second thing is that you don't have to worry about trying to go find somebody in your own sphere of influence that you currently have or prior to Empower Network had, because there are leaders that are more interested in helping themselves grow as far as personally, because when you personally grow and professionally grow, then you're able to help others do the same thing. And not one of the leaders got on stage in Chicago and talked about, all the money that they made and all the stuff that they did with their money. They all talked about the focus having to be on other people. Every single one of them said, one, you have to have belief in yourself and in the business. Two, you have to have a vision. And three, you have to know that it's your focus has to be helping others. You have to know that you have something to offer to someone else. Someone else can be changed by you and your story. And so once you realize that you have some value and you have something to offer someone else, and you start focusing on how you can help others, then the money's all kind of secondary. Of course, that's, initially that's why you get into a business, right? You want to own your own business, you want to make money, you want to be successful, you want to get freedom, etc. But what people don't realize is that these people and these leaders in this industry, in this business, Empower Network, are focused on helping others, and then the money comes afterwards. So today I would just really wanted to share that. I just felt like it was all kind of coming together and connecting. The next event is coming up in July 19th through the 21st in Denver, Colorado. I already have my tickets. I hope that you have yours, or if you don't, I'm encouraging you to get them. Much like in church, where you're around a body of believers that believe the same thing, and when something happens, like a person in a wheelchair runs around the church, or like a baby in the belly of a mother who the doctor said you have to abort is born free and clear of any disease or any trauma. We choose to see those as miracles, right? So if you surround yourself around other successful leaders that believe in you and believe in the success of what believe that whoever is involved in this can be successful, then that is what you'll be. So you got to be a believer. You got to know what your purpose is. And for me, I've always wanted to lead and help others because I love seeing other people grow. That's why I've always been in leadership types of positions, supervisors, manager, etc., because I like helping people grow. And in this business, I can see the potential to help people grow so much bigger and better than what I've ever been able to do in the political world of nursing or the political world of being in a corporation. So, guys, I just wanted to share that with you today. I encourage you to take action, whatever that is, whether it's being in Empower Network or being in another business or, continuing on with the job that you have, being a mom, being a dad, whatever it is. I encourage you to take action today and really focus on what it is you want to do with your life, who it is that you surround yourself with, and think about the people that you surround yourself with. Are those people meeting the expectations that you have for your own life? And if they're not, think about where you can find some people who are, so that you can imitate and learn from and share experiences with people that are meeting the expectations that you want to meet in your own life. So, guys, hopefully that sharing this little bit with you was helpful. I think that they're right on. Belief, faith, and having a purpose, and surrounding yourselves with like-minded people that want to be helpful to others and want to lead others to change themselves so that they can change others. That's what this is about. So thanks for listening, guys. And if you do want more information about Empower Network, you can hit the link below. But thanks for listening, and I will see you again tomorrow.